We've got the Mazda CX-30 and the Subaru Crosstrek, and they're battling it out in our comparison. What would you choose? Leave your comments below.
It is the hottest day of the year here, so our car is running. Unfortunately, we might have a bit of background noise, but let's get into it.
The Crosstrek now has two engines in standard all-wheel drive. The base engine is a 2-liter 4-cylinder matched with a CVT, 152 horsepower and 145 pound-feet of torque. On the base engine trim, there is a 6-speed manual transmission available. The second option is a new 2.5-liter 4-cylinder with 182 horsepower and 176 pound-feet of torque. It is available on the top two trims. There is a hybrid option available in the US as well.
The CX-30 offers 3 engines. The base is a 2-liter 4-cylinder with a 6-speed automatic transmission. It has 155 horsepower and 150 pound-feet of torque. There's a larger 2.5-liter 4-cylinder with 186 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque. Then there's a turbocharged version of the 2.5-liter engine. On premium fuel, it pumps out 250 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque. On regular, that drops to 227 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. The turbo engine is the only engine that is available with standard all-wheel drive. All of the others are available with all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive.
It's going to be interesting to see, because you've got this turbo option on the Mazda CX-30, what the price point difference is going to be between the Crosstrek and maybe moving up to that turbo engine on the CX-30.
The Crosstrek is their best-selling vehicle in the Canadian market anyway, and the addition of this new larger 2.5-liter variant makes it much more appealing to a broader range of people.
The Crosstrek delivers all the advantages of a sporty hatchback, including crisp steering, a smooth ride, and excellent handling, as well as great fuel economy, but all in an SUV. The Crosstrek has the same 220mm ground clearance as all the other Subaru SUVs, which is quite remarkable for a small utility.
The CX-30 is based on the Mazda 3 platform, and because of that, it is nimble, athletic, engaging, and fun to drive. It has spirited driving with the turbocharged engine, and it makes it one of the quickest SUVs in this class. The steering is sharp, the turning radius is good, and it hugs the corners nicely. One difference between the Crosstrek and the CX-30 is the CX-30 comes with what's called a torsion beam rear suspension. It does not offer independent rear suspension, and the Crosstrek does. If you want smooth, comfortable, relaxed, and quiet, I think the Crosstrek is better, because they changed last year the suspension, and over bumpy conditions you really notice that it's quite a bit softer.
Yeah, you can tell it's a lot smoother. I also like the seating position in the Crosstrek as well, kind of up and over the dash. It's a really nice, comfortable drive.
Yeah, they have done a great job with insulation as well. So like I said, if you're focused more on performance and handling, maybe the Mazda is the way to go. If you're wanting comfortable, quiet, and maybe a little bit more relaxed, it's the Crosstrek.
The Crosstrek is longer, wider, and taller than the CX-30. It offers an athletic exterior design with an updated front bumper and grille. Our outdoor trim test model in crystal white pearl has 17-inch dark gray painted aluminum wheels with a dark gray metallic finish on the front bumper, wheel arches, and door mirrors. With the high ground clearance and wide stance, it really adds quite a sporty look to this subcompact SUV. The base model comes standard with halogen headlights, 17-inch wheels, and a spare tire. All CVT trims get EyeSight driver assist technology. The top limited trim gets the sunroof and 18-inch wheels.
The CX-30 looks like the rest of the Mazda family with a sporty and sophisticated exterior. It's got lots of personality and curb appeal. Our test model is in Soul Red Crystal Metallic, a real signature color for the brand. It comes standard with LED headlamps and LED rear combination lights, body-colored door handles, and powered door mirrors, 16-inch alloy wheels, and a spare tire. One up from the base will get you 18-inch wheels and heated door mirrors. The top GT trim comes with all of the extras like a moonroof, front and rear signature lighting, automatic tilting side mirrors, a piano black front grille, a power liftgate, and rear parking sensors.
We got a lot of feedback in our Crosstrek video that we just released about the halogen headlights and how you have to get the top limited trim to get the LED lights.
A lot of people are saying LEDs are really not that exotic anymore. It should be standard equipment, and that is something that Subaru could definitely work on. By the way, the long form full reviews of each of these vehicles is in the description below. So one advantage to the CX-30 is it has an available power rear liftgate. There's only 2 vehicles in this class that have it, that and the Chevy Trailblazer. And the sunroof is a big deal. It's only on the top trim, and for some people, not me, I'm not a big fan, really want that feature.
I like the feature. I think I would have to get the limited trim on the Crosstrek to get it. Although I quite enjoyed the outdoor trim. I think it looks really sharp. The CX-30 has always been one of my favorites. I love the driving dynamics and just the way it looks. The exterior styling is great.
Every week we put out one of these comparisons, and Andrea does the same comparison on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea if you want to get your comments in, and we collect them and read them out.
I would have to take the Mazda CX-30 because I prefer the drivetrain and the quality materials Mazda uses. I also like the overall layout of the interior more as well.
I choose the Crosstrek. It's standard all-wheel drive, a very usable but comfortable interior, and the Subaru resale value. Also, its CVT is very reliable, designed and produced in-house.
I love the look of the exterior of the Crosstrek, but it's underpowered, and the CVT makes me choose the CX-30 every time.
I think the CX-30's interior is very refined and just very aesthetically pleasing to the eye.
The Crosstrek comes standard with a 6.5-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, cloth seats, and a 6-way manual adjustable driver's seat. One up from the base model comes standard with auto start-stop, keyless access and push-button start, a heated steering wheel, and heated front seats. The outdoor trim comes with the bigger 8-inch touchscreen, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, and yellow stitching throughout the cabin. The top limited trim gets you the leather seats with the orange stitching, an 8-speaker Harman Kardon sound system, and navigation.
The CX-30's base display audio system is actually larger than the upgraded version in the Crosstrek. It's 8.8 inches. Also, you get a 7-inch LCD display in the instrument cluster. It comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, power windows, rear heat ducts, cloth seats, heated front seats, 8-way manually adjustable driver's seat, and keyless entry. One up from the base on the CX-30 adds rear passenger air vents, a heated steering wheel, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, and shifter. Adding the luxury package for $1,900 Canadian to this trim, you get a driver's seat memory, a moonroof, 10-way power adjustable driver's seat, and leatherette trimmed upholstery. If you go for the top trim in the CX-30, you get leather trimmed upholstery, a 12-speaker Bose premium sound system, moonroof, a windshield projective head-up display, and a power liftgate. I think we're going to start to see a trend here with these two products, that the CX-30 offers more, is maybe a bit more upscale on the inside. The Subaru is more about utility.
Yes, and a couple things about the Mazda CX-30. It's not a touchscreen. Some people prefer a touchscreen. You get that in the Crosstrek. The other thing is the Crosstrek does not have any vents in the back. So if you've got air conditioning going, especially on a day like this where it's very hot, the passengers might find that it's difficult to get some airflow back there, where the CX-30 does have that.
Things like an available power liftgate and driver's seat memory and power seats are kind of 2 deal breakers for me, because once you've had a vehicle with a power liftgate, you're going to want another one. Once you have a vehicle with power seats, you're going to want it again. And these sorts of things really can make the difference.
I have to say, with the Crosstrek not having the power liftgate, it was very light and easy to use. So I give them props for that, even though we would like to see a power liftgate in it. The fit and finish of the Mazda CX-30 is just beautiful. I mean, Mazda does a really good interior. But with the Crosstrek, it was comfortable. The seats were quite plush, and I actually quite like the fabric in the Crosstrek.
Yeah, you've got that faux leather. It's very soft. As I said earlier, if it's just about a quiet, comfortable, relaxed place to commute, the Crosstrek, even though it doesn't have all of the amenities, might be more comfortable. Now, we chose the Crosstrek and the CX-30 because they are similar in size, so let's dive into the dimensions.
The Crosstrek offers 37 millimeters or 1.4 inches more front row legroom and 5 millimeters or 0.2 inches more second row legroom than the CX-30. For rear headroom, the Mazda offers 7 millimeters or 0.3 inches more room, but the Subaru has 49 millimeters or 1.7 inches more front headroom. The Crosstrek wins in cargo space, offering 285 liters or 10 cubic feet more overall space, and with the second row up, the Crosstrek has 16 liters or 0.5 cubic feet extra cargo space.
So with the vital stats, we'll start with the Crosstrek and then we'll jump into the CX-30. First, the price. The 2-liter 4-cylinder base engine with a manual transmission in the Crosstrek is just under $24,000. If you want to get it with a CVT automatic, it's just under $26,000. And if you go all the way to the very top trim with the larger 2.5-liter engine, it's $34,500. J.D. Power gives the 2021 Crosstrek an overall score of 80 out of 100 and a quality and reliability score of 77 out of 100. CarEdge states that the Crosstrek will retain 62% of its value after 5 years.
Here's the fuel economy of the Crosstrek 2-liter 4-cylinder, 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 7 liters on the highway. That's 28 miles per gallon city, 33 miles per gallon highway. The 2.5-liter 4-cylinder gets 8.8 liters per 100 kilometers city, 7 liters on the highway. That's 27 miles per gallon city, 34 miles per gallon highway.
The Crosstrek can tow up to 1,500 pounds, and the warranty is 3 years, 60,000 kilometers, or 36,000 miles.
Here are the vital stats of the Mazda CX-30. Let's start with pricing. The base model 2-liter engine starts at just under $25,000. This engine is not available on the U.S. website. The 2.5-liter engine starts at $27,500, and the top GT Turbo is $36,500. J.D. Power gives the 2021 Mazda CX-30 an overall score of 82 out of 100 and a quality and reliability score of 82 out of 100. CarEdge states the CX-30 will retain 60% of its value after 5 years.
Here's the fuel economy. The base 2-liter engine gets 9.4 liters per 100 kilometers in this city and 7.7 on the highway. The 2.5-liter engine gets 9.9 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and 7.7 on the highway. That's 24 miles per gallon city, 31 miles per gallon highway. The turbo gets 10.5 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and 7.9 on the highway. That's 22 miles per gallon city, 30 miles per gallon highway.
The CX-30 can tow up to 1,500 pounds, and Mazda offers a warranty of 3 years with unlimited kilometers in Canada, or 3 years, 36,000 miles in the U.S.
So Mazda, I think, gives you more stuff.
Yeah.
But the price can go up. Over at Subaru, they're giving you more ground clearance, arguably a better all-wheel drive system, and maybe more utility because it is a bit bigger.
Yeah, it's bigger, it's wider, it's all of that stuff. So I think if you need more space, especially in the cargo area, obviously the Crosstrek is the better one for you. But I do think that the Mazda has just a more refined interior. Some people feel that Mazda hasn't been updated on their exterior enough, and some feel the same with Subaru. So it just depends what you really like.
One thing I should note though is the rear design of the CX-30 with the doors that go up. You don't have as much outward visibility for rear passengers. So if you've got kids that maybe get a bit car sick, that's something to consider. Also, the doors on the Subaru open almost to 90 degrees. It's incredible how good they are at getting people in and out of their vehicles.
Yeah.
And the CX-30 in the back is a bit compromised in that department. Now, because the research department here crunches all the numbers, so the top trim on the Crosstrek is around $34,000.
Yeah.
Can I get the turbocharged CX-30 with so much more power and torque for the same price?
You can get the turbo on the CX-30 for just over $1,900 more. So if you can make the stretch, wow, that turbo engine is quite incredible. Or you can get the 2.5-liter engine on the Mazda on the top trim for less than the top trim of the Crosstrek. So there is a difference there. I suggest that you definitely go for the 2.5 liter engine on the Crosstrek. I think that's the engine to get.
Yep.
So if you don't want to make the stretch to the limited trim because you don't care about a sunroof, get the outdoor trim.
That would be my choice. All right, if you want to follow along on Instagram, make sure you follow Andrea. It's Motormouth_Andrea. She puts out the same comparison every single week. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. What else do they have to hit?
You got to hit the bell. Then you'll be notified when the videos drop, and then you can watch them all. We'll see you next week.